Pokémon, the media brand that spawned 8 generations of game, 1,000 episode of anime episodes, and pieces of cardboard that's worth over hundreds of thousands of dollars at the time of this recording. Hey everybody, Mentor Xero here, and I challenge you to think and be different when it comes to the story we call life. Now, in honor of Pokemon's 25th anniversary of this year, I decided to do a top 5 video of my favorite Pokemon moments, so make sure to stick around to see what my favorite Pokemon is, and let's get into the video. Whoosh. Pokemon Battle Frontier is definitely my favorite season of the anime because it was short and simple. And also, the very first arena challenge, you get to see Ash go against Articuno versus Charizard, which is really cool. And this season also offered a chance to see Snorlax at his glory. And of course, Brock, his typical Brockness, finally impress the opposite gender for once, until the typical ear pull kind of thing. So that is the reason why I would consider Battle Frontier my personal favorite. And also the theme song is just so catchy.
Pokemon! It's a battle, win or lose. It's the friends you make, it's the road you choose. You got the right stuff, so make your mind up. Find the courage inside of you. If you're strong, you'll survive and you'll keep your dream alive. It's the Battle Frontier. Pokemon!
Pokemon Colosseum for the GameCube was so much fun when I was a teenager. This was the only Pokemon game that you get to capture other trainers' Pokemon during battle. Plus, Agnes West started off with Umbreon and Espeon, which are my favorite Eevee evolutions, by the way. And also, the dude was an ex-member of a criminal organization called Team Snag before he defected. I don't know about you guys, but if there's ever an anime about West, I so want to see it. Pokemon Blue was literally my very first Pokemon game I ever beaten because when I was a kid, it didn't matter much to me, but looking back now that I'm older, I feel lucky to experience something that most of the newer generation of Pokemon fans haven't done yet. So when you think about, the origins and how it all started, you have a higher appreciation of how far this franchise came when it started off in Japan. Pokemon Silver is literally my favorite Pokemon game. Even it was #1 on Watch Mojo's top 10 list for Pokemon games. Now, it literally was the game where you can travel to 2 regions at the same time once the conditions are met. And also, it took everything that made Generation 1 so great and they amplified it to make it even better. Plus, this was the game that introduced me to my favorite Pokemon. Here we go, the big reveal. Ta-da! Empress! Now, this even though it's not a starter or a legendary, but it's definitely my favorite because in Pokemon Silver, when I first captured Mareep and training it to evolve into this Pokemon, Ampharos, it became like a special bond to me during my Pokemon Silver days. And I mean, using Empress during those countless battles made me realize that my spirit animal could be the sheep. So that's just me being silly. In fact, last year during the whole beginning of the lockdowns, when it first happened, there was a starting trend of people literally buying retro high-rated Pokemon cards left to right. And since that trend started, Logan Paul and Logic even got on board when they bought their own cards too. And I figured I might as well get my own PSA 10 card. Now, according to the PSA website, Ampharos PSA 10 gem mint is worth over $120 at the time of this recording. However, since this is literally a rare commodity, I think, eBayers are selling it or auctioning it off to a $600 to an $800 price area. Now, through different circumstances, I managed to get this beauty in the middle, and of course the seller was really chill because during these circumstances and stuff, I communicated with him and explained how much this card really means to me, and and he was really nice, and he must have gotten like tons of offers to sell this. For me just to have the opportunity to get this card from him really meant a lot. It just shows and proves that life can introduce you to nice people as long as you treat everyone around you the way you want to be treated. This is literally my most expensive purchase I have ever made during the holiday season of last year, and honestly, I have no regrets. Plus, as a bonus, Marweep and Flappy, the first edition cards, and you know what the best part was? I literally got them for only $5 on eBay, and it was like, okay, $5. So overall, it was definitely a very interesting time during my whole Pokemon interest for last year, because let's face it, we were all in lockdown and quarantine really sucks. But the silver lining was it made you want to remember the times, things that brought you happiness during your childhood days. That's everything about this video. For me, I believe that my Pokemon card collecting habit is much over, because face it, that's all I really wanted. Yeah, pretty much concludes the video. Unless I decide to do one of my childhood bucket lists and capture every single original 151 Pokemon in the original red, blue, and yellow games. But just crazy thinking, a mind Xero kind of thinking. Thank you for watching. See you next time.